Alright, we're going to do a walk around video on a 2013 Fleetwood Expedition 38B. As you can see, I got most everything outside opened up. The slide outs are still in. But excuse our noisy shop. But over the door awning's out, main awning's out. There is a remote control on the key ring, which I probably set on my toolbox. We'll get to that in a bit for the awnings. Fuel door on this side, fuel door on the driver's side. Storage compartment. Lights for the storage compartment have a switch inside the doorway I'll show you that when we get back in there. And a large storage compartment. Tons of storage, just about loaded with a forklift. Again, nice big storage area. Up here, Sony TV and a Sony stereo. And the stereo is also a DVD player and Bluetooth, I believe. I don't see Bluetooth written on it, but I think it is. Anyhow, remote for the stereo. This next compartment here is the back side of your wet bay. You can see up here in the top corner is the gravity fill for the fresh water tank. And then they put in pegboard here so you can hang some stuff in here. Unit has not been through detail yet. We're just finishing the prep up, trying to get the video on. Up here, this is designed to have a little bit of downplay in it. So if you do get some rain on it, it's supposed to dump the rain. However, you're still not supposed to leave it out in the rain. This is your DEF tank. So it has to be filled. It is currently full. But back on the awning, there's no wind protection and no rain protection other than that little bit of ability to dump. So if you're not standing underneath it, push the button and roll it up. It's a lot less expensive. There's no wind sensor to fail. If you leave it out in the wind and it gets blown away, it's your fault. Back here, very back corner, is our hydraulic leveling system. This is the pump and reservoir. And up here is our water heater, gas valve, ECO and T-stat, the TNP valve, and your circuit board and power board. It is electric and gas. You can use one or the other or both. And that's all controlled inside. Back here, your rear engine access, power steering fluid, the radiator reservoirs up there, engine oil dipstick, engine oil fill. That black cap is a data plug for diagnostics, and then transmission dipstick and fill, and an air filter restriction gauge. You have a ladder that goes up to the roof. There's a partial ladder in the compartment, and then you have your backup camera and marker lights up there. Down here we have a standard 2-inch receiver and a 7-way trailer connector. Back here, we put in interstate batteries. That's your house batteries. Coming forward, there's 2 more house batteries down here, and then these 2 batteries up here are your engine starting batteries. The bottom house batteries are on a slide tray. Your 50 amp power cord pulls out here. Your inverter is right here. You have a power management box up in there. You have a battery disconnect there. Cable television connection down here. Battery solenoid back there. Another battery solenoid hidden back there. Coming forward, we have our wet bay. In the wet bay There's your freshwater tank drain. There's your water filter housing and your freshwater pump. Back here is your water heater bypass. If you're going to winterize the unit, you bypass it and drain it, and then winterize the unit. Outside shower, spray head, water pump switch, Santa flush. That is your black tank flush. When you hook a hose up to this Santa flush, you are putting water directly into your black tank. City water intake. When you put water here, it's going straight into your coach. And this bypass valve allows you to fill the tank. You flip it over to fill tank. When you're hooked up to water, it fills the freshwater tank. Once it's full, you flip it back to normal operation. Hot and cold drains, sewer hose, and sewer hose hookup, your gray tank valve, and your black tank valve. You always dump the black tank first, and then the gray tank. Paper towel holder over there. Another gravity fill from this side. So you can fill the freshwater tank 3 different places. Coming forward, our Dirt Devil vacuum cleaner is right here. This is the thing. The hoses hook up inside. You just pull this end cap off. And there's your vacuum cleaner bag. There's your ladder extension. In the middle of the coach, that big black box, is our transfer switch. It has surge protection. I still recommend a good quality inline surge protector, because if the surge protection kicks in on that transfer switch, it has to be replaced. Gas manifold valve right there. I did miss something on the other side. I'll come back to that when we get over there. In here, our slide out control or motors for this side. And nice big storage area. Nice large LP tank. It is filled. All you ever do is turn it on and off here. They fill it here, and this is a liquid, what we call a fixed liquid level gauge or outage valve. It all gets called a bunch of different stuff, but basically we crack this valve when you're filling the tank, and when liquid appears, we know the tank is correctly filled. Up above is our furnace. Standard RB furnace. They do recommend that you put a screen over that air intake and exhaust in the summertime when you're not using it, because otherwise the bugs will fill that thing full and you'll have a bug condominium, not a furnace. Here we have the fuel gate or fuel fill on this side. Our windshield washer solvent and front storage area. Okay, pause the video for a second. This is one of your key rings. This is your awning remote. Patio awning, open and close. If you press close and hold it for about 3 seconds, the awning will go up on its own. The same when you're putting it out. If you hold it for more than 3 seconds and then let go of the button, it will continue going all the way out. The over-the-door awning, however, you must hold the button the entire time, in or out. I let go of the button, it stops. There we go. All right. Key ring has this key here. To unlatch the hood. Once the hood's unlatched, pull out and swing it up. Air horns, wiring, your dash heat and air conditioning right here. More AC. There's an air hose fitting right there. So when the engine's running, You can use chassis air to inflate tires or blow up kids' toys or whatever. Your generator is right here. It's an Onan 8,000 watt. The yellow cap is your oil fill and dipstick. The white cap is your antifreeze level. Your antifreeze level is visible through the jug, and as long as it's between the minimum and maximum, you're good. There is a circuit breaker right here. That circuit breaker must be on or you'll get no electricity. There's an hour meter to keep track of the hours for maintenance. Stop is push it and let go of it to stop. Push it and hold it continuously for 20 seconds. Turns on the light and it turns on the fuel pump, so it's also prime. Start says start and preheat. The reason is when you press start, it will not crank until it's done preheating. So depending on temperature, it determines how long it takes before it cranks. It will not crank until the temperature sensor is up to temp. And that's all there is to starting it. There are switches inside the unit as well as outside. So, put the hood back down. Take the key. Put the hood shut. And lock it. Same thing on the other side. Hold the hood shut. Turn the key to lock it. And you're all set. All right, I didn't mention this earlier, but under this compartment door, this is the very front compartment door on the passenger side, tucked underneath here is a gas valve. It's an airline style connection. You plug a gas line into it. It has a lever on it that turns it on and off and locks the coupler when you're plugged into it. And that gives you LP over here if you want to hook up a barbecue grill or something along those lines. There are lots of gas appliances that can be hooked up to that. Coming in through the entrance, when we walk straight in, this switch panel. The red one that's lit up is your compartment lights, ceiling light switch, entry step switch, and porch light switch. Porch light turns both porch lights on. Luggage, ceiling, entry step. Down here are two battery switches. One for the main and one for the auxiliary batteries. They have to be on to use the unit. You shut them off when you're in storage. On top of the passenger console is a fan switch and a door lock switch to lock the doors. The engine has to be running to put the slide outs out and to run the jacks. The jacks are currently down. Slide out. This is for the passenger side slide. The passenger side slide has those locks. So when you push extend, nothing will happen until those locks finish retracting. So it takes a few seconds. There's another lock at the opposite end of the slide out. It's a really big slide, so they want the locks working. Okay, when you put the slide out in, it's going to come in and it's going to stop, and you continue to hold the button until those two lights come on. All right, now you can let go of the button. Now the locks are in place. Again, when we hit extend, all right. Got to give it a minute to cool down. Not supposed to run the rooms in and out. Press this button, driver slide, door awning, patio awning, step cover, okay? Driver slide. If you hit this without the ignition on, it's going to tell you to start the coach. We hit extend, and it's going to put that slide out. All right, now that I've given it a minute to cool down, the other slide out is ready to come out. These slide out motors and mechanisms are protected by thermal breakers. So if you accidentally overheat them by running them too much in a short period of time, they will quit. And then after a while, they'll cool down and they'll come back on. Slide outs are not designed to be cycled in and out. They're designed to go out and stay out, and then they're designed to come in and stay in. So it's not an amusement park ride. So as you see, I overcycled it doing this demo. So you see what happens. All right. Again, the leveling jacks, we turn the power on. The wait light is going to blink. Once the wait light's done blinking, you see the indicator says the jacks are down and the green power gear emblem in the middle of the diamond is flashing. That means the jacks are down and we are level. If the jacks were up, all of these lights would be off, and we press the auto button and a light under the auto comes on, and then it goes into auto mode. And when it goes into auto mode, the wait light's going to come on, and then it's going to run all the jacks down. You'll also see yellow lights next to these buttons, and that indicates that something is low. If you're manually leveling, which we can do right now, we hold the manual button for a few seconds. The manual light comes on. Now we can lower the coach momentarily and just bump it down, or we can raise the left side. Now notice we raised the left side and the right side light came on, meaning the right side is now low. So we raise the right side, and now we're back level according to the sensor. Now the sensor is a great thing, and auto leveling is a very nice feature. However, auto and you may not agree on what level is. You can reprogram these. There's lots of information videos on how to do that. I just tell everybody auto's a great guy, but he's going to level the coach the way he wants it leveled, not necessarily the way you want it leveled. Plus, auto has a margin of error of about 1 degree. 1 degree on a 40-foot long coach can be 3 inches lower on the front than it is on the back. Just the fact it is. But that is still close enough to be level enough for the coach to be okay, and that's what auto is worried about. If you want it specifically level, you go to manual mode, and you adjust it the way you want it. You're all done, you turn it off. Up here's our inverter panel. There are 3 buttons. You can see inverter's on, that green light. Hold the button, inverter's off. However, the label will still tell you what the thing has done because the inverter also is your battery charger. So it will tell you your battery voltage, how many amps it's charging at, what status it is. Up above is our monitor system. When we press the test light, you can see our LP is full. We've got 2/3 of a tank of fresh water. Our black and gray are empty. Over here, how well you can see that is a switch. Main battery, and it reads the voltage above. Auxiliary battery, and it reads the voltage on the gauge. This is our EC30. Really hard to get these things to read the screens, but we have stop, prime, start right here. This will start and stop the generator. We also have auto gen. Enter for auto. At this point, it says auto on. That means that the generator will start on its own based on preset conditions. Shut the ignition off. Now, because I just cycled the ignition, it switched back to manual. Hit auto, enter, and there we go. We're back in auto mode. Hit it again. Now we're in quiet time mode. Back to manual. All right. This rocker switch, quiet time, we can set when it ends at 7 a.m., starts at 10 p.m. We can change that. Setup and info. We won't really do much in there, but if you ever wanted to, you hit enter and go into that. There's your hours. Service is doing 138 hours. Your battery is at 12.8. This is a battery gauge, percentage of full, and you can see they're fully charged. Below that is our power control system. Our power control system does absolutely nothing when we're plugged into 50 amps. Okay? So everything, there you go. Doesn't do a thing. However, when we put the power adapter on and go to 30 amps or down to 20 amps, it will see that change and it will give you the option of selecting 20 or 30 amps. And then it will control your air conditioners and your water heater so that you don't overload circuits. Pretty simple. It's something once you've used for a while, it'll be fine. You'll understand it way better. This is our comfort control center, zone control, ZC. We have multiple zones. Down here at the bottom, we have our system switch. When we switch it to cool, the only thing that options are available are air conditioning and fan options. When we switch it to heat, the only thing that's available is heat options. So if we switch it to cool, we can see zone 1 is currently an auto cool. These two buttons here, now I can't figure out how to push the buttons without covering it up with my hand. That's our temperature. Down here is zone. Zone 2, zone 1. Mode. High cool, low cool, fan high, fan low, off. Auto fan and cool, high fan and cool, low fan and cool, back to fan high, fan low, back to off. That'll be the same on zone 2. All right, for your cooling modes. Now, when we go to heat modes, we're going to see different options. In zone 1, we have gas heat, off, gas heat, and off. So zone 1 has gas heat only. Zone 2, gas heat, off, and electric heat. Electric heat is your air conditioner and heat pump mode. So zone 1 does not have a heat pump. It only has a furnace. Zone 2 has a furnace and it has a heat pump. And that is our heating and cooling system. Above the passenger seat, you've got storage, and that control box right there is your awning controller. It has a wind sensor, it says, don't believe it. They're not accurate. It's up on the roof, it might work, it might not. So I tell everybody I don't use the word wind sensor anymore. Because if I tell you it's got a wind sensor, you think you can leave your awning out on a windy day and then it gets damaged and you're going to say it's my fault. I'm going to tell you right now, do not trust it. It is up there. It does appear to work, but I wouldn't trust it for 2 seconds because awnings are expensive. Again, above our seating area on the passenger side, we have storage all the way down. This light between the dinette and the couch is on a push button switch on the light. Above the dinette, there's a rocker switch that turns on the lights above the dinette. Above the couch is a rocker switch that turns on the lights above the couch. The couch has a hide-a-bed in it. Standard hide-a-bed, not much difference there. Been making them for years, they haven't changed them much. This doorway, swing it out. It's magnetic. Pull that over. Oops. And it's magnetic, and that closes off this area. This area to the bedroom has a door, again, magnetic, and that closes this all off into a bunk room. Swing the door back, hits the magnets, take this door, grab it in the middle, pull it towards you. Magnets, magnets. We have a light here on this little TV. It has a button you push to release it, pull it down. You can rotate it. It is a DVD player. It says it's also a TV, but it is not it is not the new digital TV, so it won't get any channels. It has auxiliary input so you can plug in stuff. Kind of neat. There's a light up there in the corner. In there are the remotes. There's one for this one and one for the bunk below. And there's one set of headphones for them. Drawers underneath the bottom bunk. Same thing, got a little door that opens up for some storage in the bunk area. Kids or whatever to put some stuff in there. Your CO detector. Storage all the way across. You have reading lights on each side of the bed. You have storage on each side of the bed. There's storage under the bed. The storage under the bed, you lift the mattress up. And you see the bunk ladder for the bunk beds and a nice big storage area. There is a generator start-stop switch on this side of the bed. These tabs have to be, you flip that straight up, open the door, there's your vacuum cleaner bag and your hoses. There's a cushion so you can make the dinette into a bed. Shelving, and you pull that into the closes, swing that down. Same thing on this end, swing that up, pull it over. You can see the rest of your vacuum cleaner stuff, curtains, and a mattress cushion. Behind here, we have a washer and dryer. I did not do laundry. We did check them to make sure they run. Good to go. Drawers down there. Light switch right here. TV. Above these cabinets. Up there is an HDMI port. Some RCA ports go into the TV. That RF port is for your satellite. And then GFI outlets. And you have more wiring and HDMI cables down here. And then storage. This door here has a plunger lock at the bottom and then slides closed. Coming into the bathroom. Our shower is magnetic and it has a travel latch. Hot and cold, shower head, seated area, area for soap and stuff. Nice little shower, decent size. Toilet is a foot flush. Raise the pedal up to add water. Step on the pedal to flush it. There's also a spray hose. When you are holding the pedal down, you can use the sprayer to rinse. GFI outlet. Shades. Storage under the sink. Storage to the right of the sink. Your sink. Rubber stopper. Storage. Medicine cabinet. Whatever. Same thing. Towel holders. Light switches. You have water pump. And 3 light switches. Down below, you have your ceiling fan, which you push the button to raise, to open it. And you have a fan switch to turn the fan itself on and off. Fan speed is controlled by that rotary knob. So you can put it up and down and turn it on from a remote, but you have to set the fan speed by rotating this knob. Coming forward on the driver's side, storage with a shelf, it's adjustable. More storage, adjustable shelves. The key ring I had in my hand. Your TV set. Up above the TV set are remotes and your Sony home theater system. This DVD player. And AM/FM stereo. Storage. Drawer. Bunch of pens and stuff in it. Cleaning department will probably throw that all out. There's nothing of any real value there. These clips I'll move back over because you need those for that adjustable shelf. So what I'm going to do with these clips is snap them in place here. There's one. So I'm just going to put them right above the other ones. Kind of watch my time. We're about to run out of time on this video. So I'm going to pause this and we will start another video and carry on. I'm limited on file size. We're doing this with tablets. Be right back.